Hey guys, it's Princess Gara, and today I actually wanted to talk about Sony. So there's been a lot of news surrounding Sony, so today I'm going to talk about PS2, the PS3, and PS4 rumors. So, on December 28th, 2012, there was an announcement that they were no longer going to be making PS2s to send to Japan. So I'm in this feeling about this. And then on January 4th, of course, they announced that the PS2 no longer in production, so this is the last one. So I actually got this original PS2 about a year after it came out. It has a grill design, as you can see, and I actually really love this one. I played my friend's slimmer version, and I wish they would stop making slimmer versions of consoles, because I know it's supposed to save you space, but like, it's a console. So today I wanted to talk about the history of the PS2, one of the greatest systems. So the PS2 is a part of the Sony family, which includes the PlayStation 2, abbreviated into the PS2, the PlayStation 3, also called the PS3, the PlayStation 1, also called the PS1, the PSP, which is called the PlayStation Portal, and the PS Vita, which is the PlayStation Vita. And the last two were actually handheld systems. The PS2 was released on March 4th, 2000, and its competition was the Sega Dreamcast, which is really weird to me because it seems like the Dreamcast is a lot older than the PS2, and the Microsoft Xbox, which obviously that's kind of their time zone. And then there was the Nintendo GameCube. Nintendo GameCube was one of my favorites, but kind of leaning towards the PS2. And as I said, as of January 4th, 2013, the PS2 is no longer in production, but I am going to tell you the history and some of the aspects that made the PS2 stand out. So the PS2 was announced March of 1999, and then it came out a whole nother year later. But its competition, like I said, was Sega, Nintendo, and Microsoft. After the release of the PS2 in Japan on March 5th, 2000, the system sold about 950,000 units in one day. The reason the console sold so well is because of the backwards compatibility, so that you can play the PS1 games, just so you know. And it had a CD-ROM and a DVD-ROM, so that it could play your DVDs and your CDs, which no other system had at that time, which was kind of revolutionary. And after that, the Sega Dreamcast kind of just fell off the face of the earth. But when the Microsoft Xbox and the Nintendo GameCube came out, they were a big competition for the PS2, but like I said, the GameCube discs are like this, so you're not really going to put in a DVD. One of the most popular games on the PS2 is games like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. All the original PlayStation games that are actually on the PS1 actually came over to the PS2, making lots of sequels, making so many units. So I'm going to show you what PS2 looks like. This is the PS2, this is the front. You can see that it has its colors and everything. It fades from dark to blue to light to blue. You could turn it on the side. It has stands for that, but I didn't need a stand, I don't think. And as you can see, this is for the memory cards. This is for the dual shocks, even for the ones that had cords. And these are some USB ports. And here's the on and off button. On the top, it actually says that it plays DVDs and CD-ROMs. And of course, the back has things for like the AC in and the main power and things like that. It's upside down. Here is one of the PS2 controllers. Sorry, I should have this before the video. Bam. This is a DualShock, but while it's connected. You can't unconnect it. You actually have to buy one of the newer ones. Yeah. So the difference between the PS2 controller and the PS3 controller is pretty much like the back is slightly different. I should have brought my PS3 controller just to show you. And it also doesn't have the button in the middle, which you push to go to home or you push to quit a game. while you're playing the PS3 game on your PS3. But as you can see, the PS2 does not have this, but it has exactly the same mechanics. It even has the L3 and the R3, and you can tell by hearing the click. And they also came with these memory cards. So the system ran on memory cards. This is the 8 MB. Actually, yeah, the capacity was actually pretty large. I mean, because you could buy these and you could like have these. Like, I think I have like 4, but this is just one of the ones that I had in the PlayStation 2 as of like last night. The PS2 also had an online option for playing select games. All you had to have was broadband internet connection and the PlayStation 2 network adapter. But unlike the Xbox, they didn't really have like a subscription-based type of thing like they have for the PSN and the Xbox Live. It was up to the game publisher in order to make these third-party things so that you can connect with other players. And for the slimmer version, just so you know, you don't need a network adapter because they're already built in. So that's a broad overview of the PS2. So I'm kind of going to move into the PS3. Okay, now we have the PS3. I just bought a PS3, so I'm really happy with it actually. It's not as bad as people say it is. I actually had played on the Xbox 360 recently, and I don't really like the controls for the Xbox 360, so I'm really a Nintendo and a Sony baby. So this is the slim version of the PS3. There's a piano version which is a lot thicker and a lot shinier. This is pretty much matte, and you can see you have the drive, and these are the 2 USB ports. This is, I think this is a 120 gigabyte. And here's the comparison in the DualShock controllers. So as you can see, there's this PS3 home button right here, if you can see that. And the tops are also different. So you can see that these are more protrusive than these. So it's a lot easier for you to press down on these. And these have USB cords so that you can hook it to the PS3, but these are mainly wireless. And now we have the face of a controller of the face only a mother could love. This is the PlayStation 3 Move. This is pretty much the concept that we have for the Wii, except for we have this big thing that changes colors, and these things are so awkward. Why do they exist? Like, oh my god, I hate the Move so much. Like, I've tried it and I'm like, no. I don't even think I can. No, I can't turn on right now. But it is charged up so that I could play No More Heroes. But I was like, what? What is this? It didn't want to connect, and I was like, F it. So Sony said that it will support the PS3 up until 2015, and that's usually when they'll stop production of the PS3 games, because by then the PS4 will be out. It's the same concept that happened with the PS2, because even in the first 3 years that the PS3 was out, the PS2 was still selling more consoles. Maybe because of the price, because the PlayStation was like $600 and people were like, what? And here's the PS4. As you can see, it's black and it's beautiful, and it's not here because it hasn't come out yet. So there's been a lot of rumors and speculations about the PS4, whether it's going to be like a console, whether it's going to be a handheld, whether, like, I think the code name is actually PS Orbis. I'm not really sure. So the main thing about the PS4 that I want to talk about that we actually know of is that Sony filed for a patent so that we can't use used games anymore. We'll be able to buy used games for the PS1, for the PS2, for the PS3, and then it stops. Because they want you to buy the game for $60, which I don't feel like is right. Why would you make somebody pay $60 when you build a fan base, when you say, hey, I'm going to let GameStop sell these games, and my consumer is going to be able to play the games, they're going to love the game, and they're going to want to pre-order their favorite game in the beginning. That's just how it works. That's how it works for me. Oh my gosh. I'm actually kind of upset. And this is going into effect maybe for the PS4. It might even go into effect for later PS3 games, which will actually be really upsetting. We're moving into the 7th generation, and you would think that Sony was smarter not to do something like this. But Microsoft wants to do it too. Nintendo is like, well, we just came out the Wii U. We're still learning how to use the internet, but we're going to get there and we're going to beat you. And I think they're already beating Sony, because what are you doing? Are you really trying to make it so the gamers can't game? So, Nintendo has my money right now. There's Pokemon X and Y, there's the Wii U, there's the 3DS all this year. I'm buying that all this year, yeah, so you get it. So, anyway, that's been my Sony talk. I gave you a few histories about the PS2. I gave you some news about the PS3 that I didn't really care about, and I told you this rumor with the PS4 and why some people won't even consider buying the PS4 if this anti-used game goes into effect. So this has been Princess Gar. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this background, I just kind of like it. It kind of makes it like, woo! So yeah. I love you guys so much, and I hope that you subscribe. Also, please like my Facebook page in the bottom. Please follow me on Twitter. Please follow me on Tumblr, whatever you want to do. Or you can just stalk me on YouTube by subscribing. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye-bye.